I'll go back to example 3. Let's say now I am having this type of data, and let's say I'm creating another sheet where I am having this data. Okay, just a minute. I'll just write it here. So let's say it is mm, Anamika Gupta, for example, 12, and I will just create some rows and I'll run the macro, Control J. We'll go to sheet 1. Can you see this got executed successfully? Is this clear to everyone that how you can apply the macro and how you can edit the macro, which is very important? You just need to go to the macros, you need to click on edit, and similarly as we have done for rows, you can do that for columns as well. If you see, if you scroll down this code, you will see there is a range for columns also. So you can change that range for columns also. Let's say you have applied macro only for 3 columns, but now in the new data you have 10 columns. So you can change that range as we have changed for the rows. You can similarly do that for the columns. This is not very technical. Just find out the range wherever it is mentioned and just edit it. Is this clear to everyone? Any doubt in the macros part? Tell me if there is any question.
Hi, this is Madhuri.
Yep.
Actually, when you have created a macro and when you saved that, recorded that macro, I
Mhm.
do remember that you were saying need to select the third option, which is personal. Then only it will get run in all the other worksheets.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So there is one
But
option.
then when you have saved it, you
Hmm.
have chose this workbook, right?
Yes, yes.
Then how come it worked in other sheets? Sorry if I missed somewhere.
No. What you have missed. So when you select this workbook, I have told you what is this workbook. This workbook means macro example complete workbook. Now, when you are selecting this workbook, that means macro will be available only for this workbook. The sheet is also coming in this workbook. This example one is also coming in this workbook. You're considering my point. We are running
This
from
workbook. Okay.
yes, yes, not the
Okay.
sheets. Workbook.
Sorry. I got it now. Sorry. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. So I have selected this workbook. That's why macro is available for all the sheets. Okay.
Got your point. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. If there is any other question, let me know. Anyone is having any question?
Can you again explain what is personal, the third option?
Yep.
Personal.
Yep. So here three options are there. This personal macro workbook is actually a automated workbook which will get created for you, but this will not be visible. This is you can consider it as a hidden workbook which will be created, which if you select this option and your macro will be available in this workbook. Now, if you select this option, you can run this macro on any workbook that is available in your system.
Okay.
Okay, because other two options are having restriction. New workbook means macro will be available only to the new workbook. If you delete the workbook, macro will be deleted. This workbook, macro will be available only for your current workbook. And if you delete your current workbook, macro will be deleted. But if you select personal macro workbook, then your macro will be saved in this particular workbook, which is not visible for you physically, but this macro will be available to execute on all the workbooks that are available in your system. And even if you delete any workbook, this macro will not be deleted.
So it would be like for my laptop, this macro would be saved, and anything I again create new workbook, it will automatically be available for me.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, how do we delete a macro?
You can delete a macro, just go to macro sheet and here just select the macro and there is an option to delete.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Is there also an option to undo the macro steps? Like for whatever reasons, let's say we want to go back and undo the, so control Z, would that work, the shortcut?